to the next dimension.
Hey guys, this is Undercover Dudes all the way from Down Under with my top 5 free-to-play first-person shooters. If you have absolutely no money to spend on the AAA title like Call of Duty and Battlefield, then these games are for you. If you've just got your computer around, you can install these for absolutely nothing and play for free. Coming in at number 5, we've got Tribes Ascend. Now this game is produced by Hi-Rez Studios and is the epitome of a fast-paced sci-fi shooter. This game is completely dominated by skill and is in no way pay to win. You can go and buy everything in the game using in-game currency just by playing games. In terms of the actual gameplay, it's fantastic just to go and ski around the map, because one of the most interesting elements of this game is the fact that when you hold down your spacebar, it removes friction on your feet, such you can go and speed across the map at 200-300 kilometers per hour and try to go and snipe people in the air or something along those lines. Or you can sit back and play it a bit more slow pace with like a Juggernaut or something along those lines and take people out inside your own base. It has a large variety of maps that are very complex and intricate, however they still allow for some really fun gameplay. There isn't too many modes, however the modes that are in the game are really well thought out, and you got the classics like Capture the Flag, and then you got some other ones like Rabbit, which you have to go and play for yourself to go and realize how awesome it is. But if you want something along the lines of Quake but on a more large scale setting, then this game is definitely for you. Coming in at number 4, we have got Warface, which is produced by Crytek Studios, the maker of Crysis. This game is the epitome of a free-to-play military shooter. Everything about it is just great. The gameplay is really solid and crisp. When your character moves around, you feel like he's in a military setting, not just being this cardboard cutout just moved by equations like you can see in other games like Combat Arms. Rather, this game goes and blends with the environment. You can go and vault over stuff, climb ladders like you're actually supposed to climb ladders, and everything is just really crisp and clean. The graphics are amazing as well, and are reminiscent of a Battlefield 4, Battlefield 3 game. They really do look quite nice, even though it's a free-to-play shooter. Lots of maps, lots of modes, lots of guns. Overall, everything is just extremely abundant, and if you want a really good military first-person shooter, Warface is the game you're supposed to play. Coming in at number 3, we've got Blacklight Retribution, which is personally my favorite game on this list. It's made by Perfect World Studios and is one of the most innovative free-to-play first-person shooters on the market. The one thing that shines out with this jewel of a game is the HRV function. Basically, you can go and pull down your visor and it gives you chams. You can see through walls and you can see your enemies. This means the gameplay is extremely fast paced, even though some of the maps may be really large. Along with this, you have a lot of really high-tech weapons, and you can customize it to a fantastic extent. You can put scopes, muzzles, new magazines, new stocks. You can change the gun completely due to the fact they've gone and made a system where you just have a base gun like an SMG, assault rifle, sniper rifle, machine gun, and then you can go and customize that depending on how you want it. Along with that, everything in the game can be bought with GP, the in-game currency, so you don't have to go and buy real money in order to go and get the advantage, even though you can if you just want to go and skip all the grinding. Along with this in-game currency, you have an in-game currency, the currency in the actual match itself. You can go and get this currency by shooting enemies, taking out turrets, and so on, and then you can use it to go and buy power-ups like flamethrowers, extra ammo, refill your health, and the most coolest one of all, the mechs, which are really awesome. Coming in at number 2, of course, is Team Fortress 2, the poster boy of free-to-play first-person shooters worldwide. This game has been defining the genre, and for good reason. In terms of class balance and character balance, this game reigns supreme. It doesn't matter if you're a sniper, it doesn't matter if you're a heavy, you've got your pros and you've got your cons, and there's no way to become the ultimate soldier of the game and just counter everybody. You're going to have your weaknesses, you're going to have your strengths, and such you have to go and play accordingly in order to go and win the game. For example, a heavy, the really big guy with a minigun, can easily be taken out by snipers. However, snipers can easily be taken out by spies, and spies can easily be taken out by pyros, and pyros can easily be taken out by scouts and soldiers, and everything just goes in a cycle like rock, paper, scissors, and it keeps the game really fresh. Along with that, there is just an absolute abundance of maps made by Valve themselves and also made by the community. Along with that, the weapons that are in the game always add a new dimension, but don't go and break it. There's no god tier gun there. The golden pistol that you can just one-shot everything with. Everything requires a different element of skill, and that's why the game is so played even to this day. It's been out for so many years. The graphics are just amazing, given that it's like a 5-7 year old game. I don't even know when it's released. It's that good, and I think everybody should play it. Doesn't matter if you have a shit computer. It doesn't matter if you have an absolute beast one. It will run on anything. But coming in at number 1, the best free-to-play first-person shooter in 2014 is PlanetSide 2. This game is the crown jewel in the free-to-play first-person shooter market. In terms of its graphics, it's the best looking free-to-play first-person shooter of all time. It goes and rivals games like Crysis and completely smashes Battlefield 4 and the Call of Duties into the ground. This game is an absolute spectacle to look at. The gameplay itself is innovative in the fact that it's an open world environment with very highly specific objectives that you guys have to go and complete in order to gain world control. You're versing thousands of other people at the same time rather than just one little match, 5v5 or something along those lines. It's a completely evolving world, and you guys shape it when you play the game. There are 3 different distinct fractions in the game, all with their different weapons and vehicles. However, these weapons and vehicles are not overpowered. There's not just one side that dominates them all. Everyone has their own strengths and weaknesses. Along with that, you can go and party up with other members of your fraction to take down key objectives. Now, this isn't just parties of like 2 or 5 people. This is parties of up to hundreds of people going and flying towards massive objectives like the Crown, where battles can last from anywhere to 20 minutes all the way to a couple of days. Overall, this is the most polished first-person shooter of all time. I'm including AAA titles right here because this is the best multiplayer experience that no money can buy. You have to go and realize that you don't pay any money for this. It's free, you just download it, and there it is. And everything just works absolutely fantastically, and this is why it's a must download game for everybody. I also have one bonus game, and that is Crossfire. It may not have the best player base, it's quite toxic, it's very much pay to win. You just put $10 on there and you can just dominate all the normal in-game currency users. The maps aren't very innovative, the modes aren't very innovative as well. However, you don't need a good computer to run this. If you have an absolute shitbox from 10 years ago, this game will run absolutely fine. I could go on my grandmother's 10-year-old computer with like an Intel Pentium processor, and this game will run absolutely fine on it, which is a really high defining point. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this list of the top 5 free-to-play first-person shooters. If you want to go and see more of my channel, go and click the subscribe button and also drop a like on this video. It really does help the channel. But other than that, Undercover Dudes all the way from Down Under, out.